I'm Rick.harsch. This is my master class in fiction. You can skip this ad in 3 days. Now, my last master class was the rather brutal elimination of Neil Gaiman from the master class arena. Something that had to be done, but something that inevitably elicited a lot of questions, like, who the fuck are you? Meaning me. I got a lot of, not, interestingly, not one person said, poor Neil, why? But a lot of people said, who the fuck are you? So, I'm going to answer that. I'm the guy who wrote this. Can you see it? Looks like you can't. There. The Driftless Trilogy. The Driftless Zone, Billy Verite, and The Sleep of Aborigines. Available this month from coronasuns.com for $12.50. And that's €4 off. Or $4, depending on where you're at. And I'm going to read a little part of this that I think cuts to the heart of the matter of who I am and who Neil isn't. I'm not saying that this is genius or anything like that. I'm just saying that I got something to say here, and I hope Neil's listening. Spoiler alert. Stratton was very close. You can think of Stratton as Neil. Okay. Like that same possum mentioned earlier, Billy dared to look around the tree just as Stratton, dumber even than that possum, set his gun down to pull himself up. Billy, having been given so little thus far in life, knew a gift when he saw one. He reached back with the spear like the most natural of javelinists, and precisely when Stratton's face appeared above the lip of the point, thrust his spear into Stratton's mouth, open in surprise and one of the very worst kinds of horror. Here's the important part. The moment Stratton ate the spear was profound. A nexus of opposing rushes of time, harboring more explosive potential, unrealized, of course, than any theorized nuclear blast. If man is certain of one thing, it is that the design of civilization, however wrong-headed it may be, has in its process of creating a multiplicity of brand new fears at least eliminated a great number of old ones, such as being speared in the face. And that, the fear being gone, its abstraction, Stratton's split-second remembrance of a lost memory of sheer terror, which terror provided him more than anything with the assurance that none of his modern ills were for naught, that very abstraction aimed spear-like as well at the very nerve center of his intellect, collapsing his superstructure of being in the moment before his death, so that he died at the moment of acutest awareness of meaninglessness coupled with regret. At the very same time that Billy Verite, cast permanently into delusion by the same civilizational ills, or the inability to adapt or cope, and seeking to energize in a bright yet dimly imagined cartoonish beyond, enlivened by the current of Stratton's horror as if what was sucked out of Stratton vampirically suffused Billy, rushed back in time to inhabit an elemental being that proliferated before civilization's first bizarre steps were conceived. perhaps even before monkeys discovered the power of combining stick and brain, when it was possible, still possible, to feel the crushing bones, in this case, teeth and skull, of a corporeal enemy without an exhilaration of ego, without bloodlust or recoil, without hope or relief or a sense of triumph or loss, without pity or the glad-handing warmth of stewardship, without tense recollections of imagined formulae, without, in short, a care in the world, and as well without the absence thereof. Stratton was the first man to reach the end of time, and Billy was the first to make it partway back. After experiencing a moment like that, there's no reason to go on living. So in a sense, Stratton bowed out gracefully, while Billy persisted with an idiocy similar to that of any insect that has been dismembered by a child. Yet that was a grander idiocy than most men ever know, and did not deprive him of the right to his cunning. Stratton crashed to the greenery below, a dead man with a spear posthumously destroying his face in the crazed geometry of an ungainly descent. I'm talking to Neil here, although I suppose you can consider it either something that speaks to all of humanity or none. And by God, the reason I am sitting here today, right here today, and speaking to you with confidence and freedom is because I have no fucking clue whether I have anything to say or not. And I know that Neil does not have that doubt. Sorry about that, Neil.